Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the portal that is opening up. We have a new moon solar eclipse on June 20th through the 21st. And so I want to talk about what does that mean for us? You've been hearing me talk lately about how there's a huge energetic shift going on. And I know that you're seeing things happening in the world around us that seem like the world is turning upside down and just going crazy. And it's not for no reason. So I want to talk about this new moon solar eclipse and what this is bringing about. So for this new moon solar eclipse, destined changes are happening in your life. Change and transformation is heightened, and it's going to be heightened over the next 6 months, but it's actually going to take 2 years for this entire thing to play out. So what does that really mean for you? Well, what that means is there is going to be a shift in alignment. So all of the things that are no longer serving you are going to be falling away. What we're actually doing is we're shifting, and all of those ancestral patterns of behavior that we have, the things, the limiting beliefs, all of the things that don't serve us are going to be falling away. And instead, we are going to be shifting into a new alignment that is aligned with divine love. So it's important at this time for you to listen to inner guidance. Focus on your highest intentions and listen for new ideas of creation. I've been talking about this and I mentioned it on my Facebook Live yesterday. But we are being given new creative ideas because the universe is asking us to shift into our purpose, to really step into our purpose. And what's happening is you may be getting these creative ideas like, oh, you know what, I should be writing a book, or I should be developing this program, or I need to be taking this course. And it's not an accident, okay? You may be feeling these intuitive nudges like, you know what, I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. It's going to be different for everyone. But essentially, we're waking up to why we came here on earth in the first place. We came here for a much greater purpose. We have a mission. Some of us, I think almost all of my listeners, I'm sure, we signed up and came here as light workers to help shift the vibration of the collective, to heal the planet. And we're all doing that in different ways. Some of us are literally healers who are doing Reiki and readings and other things. And some of us are in careers where we're working with people like we're nurses or teachers or you name it. But we're all here to help shift the collective consciousness. All right. And so it's important right now that you're listening for those new ideas of creation, that you're trusting that waves of inspiration are going to lead you to the next steps. Now, here's what I always say. This is the interesting thing. You may get this idea like, I need to write a book or I need to start this program. And that may be all you get. You may only get things illuminated one step at a time. And that happens. That happened for me. When I went to write my book, I knew I needed to write a book, but I didn't really know where to go with each step. And everything was illuminated one step at a time. It was a process for me. And I didn't just all of a sudden go, I'm going to write this book and I know the publisher and it's going to do this and it's going to do that. That isn't what happened. And I don't want you to think that that's what happened. At any point in my life, that's not what happened. Like, I got the idea you need to do a podcast. I jumped in. I tried to learn what I was supposed to do to start. I got it all started. I did it. I didn't know what I was doing. And eventually it would, like, the steps were illuminated for me. But I had to get guidance all along the way. And sometimes that would be asking for people to show up in my life who could help me further develop whatever I was working on. But it didn't just all illuminate at once. So I want you to remember that and be patient Because if you're one of those people who wants to see the big picture all at once and know what's going to happen, you're probably going to be really frustrated if you continue on that thought process. You have to have patience with yourself and with the process and realize you're not going to have all of the answers all at once. We wish we could, but if we could see the big picture, we would skip a lot of the steps that actually we need to learn. So don't worry if you can't see every step of the way right now. Just start small. Start with the little steps. You need to also make sure that you're allowing the old to crumble away. Sometimes we fight so hard to hold on to things that really aren't serving us when we need to be letting it go. And there's a reason we have to let it go, because everything is energy. And if you're holding on to old thought processes, old patterns of behavior, you don't have energetic room for all the new stuff to come in. So you've got to clear it away and let it go. We are undergoing a period of major cleansing right now. So we're clearing out the old distorted energies. It's a huge clearing of emotional and ancestral patterns. So if you have had patterns in your family like addictions or depression or just different things in your family, you're the ones right now. We are letting all of that go. We are breaking the cycle. Okay, you are the one breaking the cycle for your ancestors. These patterns, they're ultimately illusions that are far from the truth. There's an opportunity to love and recognize these old patterns, but then to also release them. You are a being of free will and divine love, and you're here to bring about positive change and transformation. So it's time to strip away all of the things that no longer serve you. And I want to tell you a little story too. So I have my business, and I've just been doing my business in a corner of my living room, in my house where everyone is. And, when I'm recording my podcast, on older podcasts, you would hear like my dogs. Sometimes we still occasionally hear Nala if I have a guest on a podcast. It's me, when I jumped into this, like I'm going to work out of my home. This is what I dealt with. And I realized the universe was saying to me, like, are you ready for this to be your business? And I kept saying, yeah, I'm ready. But what I realized was I didn't carve out any space to show the universe that I'm serious about this. I needed to create an office for myself here where you're not going to hear the dogs, you're not going to hear the kids, you're not going to hear this, you're not going to hear that, to show the universe, hey, I'm serious. Plus, this is going to help me out, right? So as I've been home, working from home the past part of the school year, and now we're on summer break, I'm looking at my house. I'm like, I could create an office here, and I could get the soundproofing stuff to put on the walls, and I could do this, and I could do that, and it would be affordable, and it would be a nice space. And as I have been shifting and doing all of these things, my business lately is just like taking off. And I realize, you know what? I jumped into this business, but then it's almost not like I didn't take it seriously, but like it's just something I was doing on the side, like I hadn't jumped in fully, like to make an office or to do this or to do that. And I think that the universe is saying, are you really ready? Because it doesn't seem like you are. You're not doing anything to get ready. So for some of you, you may be experiencing the same thing. You may want things to happen in your life, but you're not doing anything about it. And I feel like in a lot of ways, we have to match the universe. And that's what we're doing, right? When you talk about the law of attraction and things are in my vortex, which your vortex is the connection between you and the divine, and everything you want in your life is in that vortex. But you have to be in energetic alignment with it in order for it to come to you. So if you're saying, I want this, but you're not doing anything, you're not taking any steps to make it happen, how's the universe going to match your energy? Because your energy isn't saying, this is what I want, I'm claiming this. Your energy is saying, let's just wait and see, right? That's what I was saying. And I just realized just in the past few days that that's what my energy was saying, was like, we'll see. If it takes off, we'll do this. If not, something else. Like I didn't have faith that this is what I wanted. And now in me just taking the steps to actually build this office and to start doing other things that show, like spending money to show that, yes, I believe in my business. I believe in it. I believe in what I do. I want to do more of this. I wasn't energetically aligned with that. And so I had to take the steps to get myself energetically aligned. And it was really not that difficult. It's just making a few changes that really take that much. But it was a huge shift for me and my energy to the universe of saying, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. And the same thing could be happening for you. It's time for you to really take that leap of faith and that step forward and say, you know what? I am ready, universe. I'm ready for what you want to bring me. So if it's changing careers and you want to go back to school, sign up for one class. That's showing the universe, hey, I'm ready. It doesn't mean you have to jump in head first with no life jacket. That's not what it means. It means I took the first step. If you take the first step, the universe will match you. And usually your steps are illuminated beyond that. But it's having that faith and that trust that it's time to move forward. And I love this. I saw this on the Ask the Angels website, but the woman there, Melanie, was talking about and I am always like pronouncing this word. It's the Ho'oponopono prayer, but it's the saying to the universe, I love you and I'm sorry that I'm out of alignment. I love you, please forgive me. So if you feel like you're out of alignment, do that prayer. You may not be able to pronounce the prayer, but the prayer itself is easy and it's so simple. And yet it's something we need to do. I just told someone today, I told a client, you're out of alignment, just say, I'm out of alignment. That's the first step sometimes, is just in recognizing that we're out of alignment. When those fear-based thoughts come in and you're like, I don't know what to do because this is going to go wrong or this could go wrong, stop focusing on what could go wrong. Focus on what will go right. And then say this prayer. I love you and I'm sorry that I'm out of alignment. I love you. Please forgive me. The universe can help us get into new alignment. We can tap into this new vibration and ask yourself, what would it truly look like if I lived my authentic truth? What would it look like if I lived my life's purpose? You know what it would look like for me if I was able to just do this full time and this is all I did? I'd be like skipping around the house. I'd be so happy because I know I'm in alignment and that feels amazing to be in alignment. And if you're having trouble right now because there are some tough energies going on, it's tough to shed the old. Then what you need to do is spend some time in nature, meditate, journal. All of those things can help you work through this tough time and these tough energies. But there are huge opportunities right now for heart-centered expansion. You need to sync with the guidance of your team and align with the highest possibilities for you. There are new opportunities to increase your home life, your financial abundance, love, all areas of your life. Right now, there are awesome opportunities to increase all of that by clearing old wounding. You need to activate the heart light within you and stay present and balanced in the moment. And so I thought that I would talk to you about working with your intuition, because a big part of this is just listening to your higher self. We have that internal GPS, and most of the time we ignore it. If we would start listening to our intuition instead of questioning, when you don't listen to it, ignore the intuition and you go with the fear-based thinking, that's when you mess up. That's when things get really sticky and rough and you just make a big mess for yourself. So I thought what I would do is talk about how you can work with your intuition to get better at listening to it. Because it's like a muscle you have to practice. And yes, some people seem to have been born better at listening to it. It's because we're all born with our intuition and listening to it. What happens is, as we get older, those conditions, the limiting beliefs get put on us by our environment, by people around us, and we stop listening to that intuition. And so this is a way for you to do practice so that you can get better at hearing the guidance from your intuition. So I'm going to give you some exercises you can do to really work on that intuition, because right now, more than ever, it is super important that you're listening to your intuition and that you're listening to guidance from your team. So the first thing you can do to work with your intuition is find a comfortable place to sit. And then follow your breath by counting 1 on the inhale and 2 on the exhale. So again, you count 1 on the inhale, 2 on the exhale. And then when you feel like you're really relaxed and quiet, think about an event or a situation that you'd like more insight about. So let's say you have a choice between 2 jobs. Okay, I have these 2 job offers. I don't know which one to take. Focus on the 2 jobs. Focus on it intently for a few minutes. Then ask for a direct, intuitive experience about the near future, and then let it go. And you might want to have pen and paper near you, because some people find it better to write. Because this is what I did when I first started working with my intuition. I wrote things down, because when I wrote things down and I looked at it, what I wrote down was what came to me immediately. When you think, the first 3 seconds or so, that's your intuition. Go with it, but then your ego starts to come in and then say, well, I'm not sure. When you're writing things down, you don't have time. You're so busy writing. You don't have time to let that fear-based ego thing come in, and you're just writing what you're getting. And then you go back and look at it. And what I would do is when I would go back and look at it, I would then see, oh my gosh, that was intuition. That was guidance coming in. So think about that. Another thing you can do is to work with indirect symbolic intuition. So get a piece of paper and a pen. Ask yourself, what does my life need right now? Ask that 3 times in a row. What does my life need right now? Ask it to yourself 3 times in a row, pausing between each question. Imagine that you were trying to gain a more meaningful answer each time you ask that question. What does my life need right now? When you finished with the 3rd question, pick up your pen and draw 1 symbol on your paper. Then interpret this symbol. What does it suggest to you? So what is this symbol suggesting to you about your life? And it's your interpretation. Another thing you can do is to learn to look for and pay attention to subtle messages from your intuition. So imagine that your eyes, ears, hands, skin, emotions, and intellect could stretch out into the invisible world and capture sensations, information, inspiration, knowledge, and wisdom, like a cable or a cell phone captures invisible waves of sound and images. Let yourself walk through your day sensitive to all of those other dimensions. So this involves paying attention to more than just what's physically in front of you. What do you hear? What do you feel? And a lot of you are empaths, so you work with feeling a lot. And for me, that's a big part of what my intuition does, is I feel something. Like, when someone is lying to you because you just feel something is not right. So that's another thing you can do. Also, what you can do is you can sit quietly, relax your eyebrows and forehead. Just let everything sort of melt into a peaceful, easy state. Inhale and exhale rhythmically. And with your inner eyes, create a vision of you radiating health and happiness in every part of your body and to all of those around you. And in this envisioning that happiness and the health, it helps you to connect to the other part of you that's not your physical seeing. Too much of us, we're based on the 3D. We only go by what we can physically see or physically hear. And it's more than that. Your intuition is more than that. It's like connecting to other senses that we don't normally use in every part of our day. And it's learning how to connect to that. Another thing you can do is you can grab an object and you can, actually I've seen this done with a picture more, but you take a picture and try to grab like an old picture of people you don't know, like your ancestors or something. Like I have a picture of my great-great-grandpa, and I of course didn't know him, but there's a picture there and there's a family portrait. And try to look at this picture. What's the emotion in this picture? What can you get about the people in this picture? That's a really interesting one because you don't know these people. So if there's any way you can find out more information about it, so maybe pick, if you can, if you have the ability to do this, I know not everybody does, but if you can pick a picture of someone that you didn't really know because they were older than you, but other people in your family did, get a picture, look at the picture of this person, and then just write down anything that comes to you about this person. Not stuff that you necessarily would know because somebody told you, but just what do you get from this person's energy from this picture? And write everything down that you can. And then if you have someone in the family that knew the person, tell them what ask them questions. Like if you got, for example, that this person maybe was very sharp with their words, like you can get that from a picture, you write that down and then ask the person, hey, was she kind of a sharp with her words? Did she say things kind of bluntly? And you'll be surprised at how good you get at actually picking up on people and their characteristics, even though you didn't know them. So that's kind of an interesting exercise that you can do too. But I would get really good at practicing those intuitive things. And automatic writing is great for that. With automatic writing, all you do is get a piece of paper and a pen. And I would center yourself. So take a few deep breaths in and out, that rhythmic breathing till you get very relaxed. And then just begin, you can put a specific question out there to the universe, or you can just say, hey, I would like a general message. You can do this any way you want. Some people like to get specific information. So you can say, hey, there are 2 jobs that I really am interested in. What would be the best choice for me and why? And then just do your automatic writing. Just start writing what comes to you. Or you can just say, hey, I would like a general message to help me in my life. What do you have for me? And then just start writing. The automatic writing worked really well for me in helping me to really hone into my intuitive gifts. And now I don't have to write anymore. It just pops into my head. But writing was what helped me to really get into that practice. So that's something that you could do to help you. Whatever you do, right now is the time for you to really, again, let go of the old, of what no longer serves you, and lean into the possibility that you can have a life you absolutely love simply by listening to the guidance that you're getting from the universe and opening your heart space for that. All right, guys, if you need even more practice with that, go to my YouTube channel the link to my YouTube channel is in the description to this podcast. There you will find all kinds of guided meditations to help you with this. All right, I wanted to pull a card for you today. So the card I pulled is from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. And the card I pulled is Siege, which is quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. I feel like this is so important right now. There is a reason we were all put on quarantine, and it was because we all needed time to really go within, to figure out who we are, what is our heart's desire, what is our purpose, why are we here, what are we supposed to be doing. So I would encourage you to take the time to really focus on what will make your heart sing, what will allow you to live your absolute best life, and go with the intuitive guidance that you're given. And if you're not getting anything for yourself, it takes practice, but there's no shame in that. You can always get a reading or book a coaching session with me. In a reading, I tap into your guides and my guides, and we can look at specific life questions and get the answers for you. In a coaching, it's more about finding your purpose or helping you to heal old wounding to help you step into your path to live your absolute best life. And we go through a lot of things there. I can do past life regressions with you. I can also do Reiki to help you balance your energy and clear your energy chakras. There's so many ways I can help you. So if you feel inclined to want to work on things, do not hesitate to reach out to me. If you don't know what you need, you can reach out and I will give you an honest, I don't say, oh, this is the most expensive, so this is what I'm going to tell you need. No. If you just need a 30-minute reading, I'll tell you that. And you can work with me. I have so many price levels and different ways to work with me. You can go to my website, melissaoatman.com, look at my offerings page to see all of the things that I offer for you, and choose what works for you. And if you're not sure, you can reach out to me and we'll figure it out together. I want to help you heal and to help you live your absolute best life. So don't hesitate, reach out today. Also, there are so many free things I offer for you. I do a free card reading Mondays at 6:30 Central on Facebook. I go live. If you're there for the live, I will pull a card for you individually too. It's amazing. It's so much fun. I love it when we have a full house. I also post videos to Instagram and IGTV where I just do free readings for you. And I post guided meditations and tappings on my YouTube channel. So go check all of that out. They're free resources for you. If you go to my website and you subscribe, you'll also receive a free morning and evening meditation as my gift to you. I also have many online courses that you can check out as well, that you do at your own pace, and the content is yours forever. And it just helps you live your absolute best life. I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. As always, if you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please leave me a review from wherever you're listening, and please share it with others. That helps others find me. It helps me in my mission to help as many people heal as possible. So thank you for doing that. And as always, I hope that you have a beautiful day from wherever you're listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.